In the vast, indifferent theater of life, a stark reality often goes unacknowledged. People are far too engrossed in their own intricate dramas to cast more than a fleeting glance at yours. This isn't a judgment, it's a liberation. We walk through our days, convinced that every misstep, every awkward moment, is under harsh public scrutiny. But the truth, cold and unyielding, is that the world is largely indifferent. Their focus, their worries, their triumphs and failures are their own. Your stage, for most, is merely a backdrop. Observe him now, a figure caught in the invisible chains of imagined eyes. He hesitates, second-guesses, his every move dictated by the phantom gaze of others. A simple decision becomes an agonizing ordeal, a creative impulse stifled before it can breathe. He is surrounded by these spectral judges, their silent disapproval a constant hum in his mind. They're everywhere, in the shadows of the street, in the faces of strangers, in his own home. This fear, this self-imposed prison, keeps him small, keeps him safe, and keeps him from truly living. These imagined eyes, these silent critics, are not real. They are projections of his own insecurities, amplified by a world that often preaches conformity. He believes they are watching, dissecting, whispering. But as the scene shifts, the shadowy figures begin to waver, to dissipate like smoke. The faces blur, the whispers fade. The intense scrutiny he felt was merely a trick of the light, a distortion of his own anxious mind. The world, in its vastness, has other concerns. His perceived audience is dwindling, replaced by the quiet hum of his own thoughts. The process is gradual, almost imperceptible at first, a moment of defiance, a small act of courage. And one of the imagined eyes blinks out of existence. Another step outside his comfort zone. Another voice raised, and more of the shadowy figures recede into the background. The weight on his shoulders lightens. The air around him feels less dense. He starts to notice the world not as a panel of judges, but as a vibrant, chaotic tapestry, where everyone is too busy weaving their own threads to meticulously inspect his. The fear, once a roaring fire, is now a dying ember. Then, the revelation, the profound, liberating truth that no one cares as much as he thought. This isn't a dismissal of his worth, but an affirmation of his freedom. The absence of judgment isn't a void, it's an open space, a canvas for his own creation. The energy he once spent on appeasing phantom critics can now be channeled into building, creating, exploring. The realization that he is truly alone in his journey, in the most empowering sense, becomes the catalyst. With this newfound understanding, a quiet confidence begins to bloom. He stands taller, his gaze direct, no longer darting nervously from side to side. The fear of judgment, once a paralyzing force, has transformed into a wellspring of power. He starts to make choices not based on what others might think, but on what resonates with his own truth. The world, once a hostile arena, now feels like an expansive playground, ripe for exploration. The shift from paralysis to action is palpable. He pursues long-deferred dreams, speaks his mind with clarity, and embraces challenges he once shied away from. Each step is deliberate, each decision his own. The imagined eyes are gone, replaced by the clear vision of his own path. He is no longer a puppet of external validation, but the master of his own destiny. His independence isn't a rebellion. It's a natural consequence of shedding the weight of others' opinions. The transformation is complete. The character, once a prisoner of perception, now radiates strength. He is confident, resilient, and utterly authentic. The journey was not about gaining approval, but about reclaiming his own power. The final scene shows him moving forward, unburdened, unstoppable. The message echoes, not as a whisper, but as a resounding declaration. You become truly free. The moment you stop caring what others think, you become unstoppable.